suppose before it started, that you had a chance to watch it back. I know we were kind of talking about it this morning a wee bit, but like when you watched it back, what were your thoughts, generally speaking, before we go through it?
I said, as we talked about before, I think the intensity at the start was good. However, like the final third of finishing the techniques, I think I was maybe too slow to do. Um, that would be the first half. The the latter stages of it, I feel like very similar. I think I, for whatever reason, could be going too hard to start, but I feel like closing the distance on some of the attacks I was struggling with. Obviously, I feel like he didn't engage that much, but again, you gotta be able to engage when someone's not doing that.
Yeah,
But
for sure, for sure.
and then just being, as I said earlier before, just being a wee bit lax days ago with not worrying about getting my guard pass, but then obviously that's where I get most of the advantages against me. And so yeah, that would be it. Again, and then one thing I think was a bigger mistake is when I did have the potential of the back, I should have just retracted like that back triangle and got the back hooks so I could have worked further back and been over his hips instead of being over his head where I evidently just fall off.
Yeah, I mean, I think broadly as we go through here, like that's basically the theme of what I had. I have a bunch of wee time marks and stuff. We can go over like some technical selection and finer technical details, but like pretty much what we were saying earlier is like I think you in the past, me and you talked about like openings being lackadaisical. I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like you were just kind of taking wrestling or stand up as it came, and then before this match, you were talking about being intentioned on the collar jack or whatever. So I think that was good. Like
Yeah.
it was the start as well, like very intentional, maybe to a fault at certain points, and like
Yeah.
varied enough. But still, I think it's good that you're able to like say you were going to do that, and then do it, and then yeah, there's obviously you can see as the match goes on, like the fatigue stuff setting in, and we'll talk about it a little bit. And then um, it's sort of like where you get a wee bit unlucky or a couple of scoring potential points because like you drive a lot of the positive action. I know there's like part
Yeah.
kind of retaining guard, but it's kind of minute where you don't get some scoring positions where like if it had been a very slightly different story, like he, you know, he had a loss being as negative as he was.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Or Rama. Or Khalil Emilia Rama. Some name there.
I heard good reading there, boy, for dyslexic.
Good eyes to send files.
Let's get out here. Um, so yeah, like he is generally fairly negative most of the start of the match. He turns it on a wee bit later on. I don't know if this is an intentional thing. I think as he senses you get a bit tireder, but at the start here, like um, he's quite negative. I think there's a two or three like repetitive of that grip break here at about the space of about seconds. I think Connor already kind of discussed that at the time. Is like that being a little bit too telegraphic with that is a bit dangerous. But that was the first of the collar drags to get you in on the leg. That was pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
you get tight enough to his legs that you start to come up on the single leg. And I think basically from what I can see how here is like you only have the one arm on this leg, and then there's a bit of you trying to upgrade this grip in a second. Because you only have one arm, he kind of gets away here. Like there, it kind of shuts you off. What I noticed before though was like there's a little bit of here, see as you're already like on the balls of your feet, the distance between
Yeah.
your feet isn't closed as you drag. That's obviously quite a lot of exertion. See it more in the second one here that comes up at about 10 seconds. It's the worst of the three. Like the first one's pretty good, and then the third one's probably the best. I think it's coming up about now. So like at this point, your hips, both of yous are so far away from each other. And then
Yeah.
this one's like an absolute like huge effort. See the distance between your hips and his hips. So when you hit the ground,
For sure.
you're absolutely nowhere near his leg. See here? Like it's not even within arms.
Yeah.
So you don't even try. You guys just come back up to the feed. I think that's where a lot of the exertion as well gets spent in the first minute and a half that kind of taxes you later on is just having to send him from distance. So the three videos I sent you earlier, I think I sent them to you yesterday.
Yeah.
One of them's on the collar jig. If you watch that again, you'll see like the steps that get taken before the collar drag to try and get your hips closer to that leg so you're more in range. And then also, I think as well as like a lot of them are being set up from these like just these positions here where you're kind of static.
Yeah.
I bet a footwork or movement beforehand and make it a little bit more dynamic so that it's easier to step in.
Yeah, the off balancing. Yeah. Yeah, no, totally.
Uh, so there's another one comes up in about 15 seconds, which I think is the best of the three. I think it's about 4. Yeah, here. So you're decent bit closer than the last one as you go. Get in good on the single. And then that was probably your best dig tent to finish it, I would say.
Yeah, I think I'm on probably on the wrong side of the collar there too, because I think that's the one I get most chest to chest with the, obviously I'm not in this position, but chest to chest with single leg.
Yeah.
I think it's on the wrong side, like you'd really want it in the same side collar. I think it's in the opposite side collar.
Yeah, yeah. It seems to be a little bit like as he's hopping back, it kind of looks like it's hard to tell. You can tell me what you felt in the moment, but like kind of looks like you're also pushing him away, like almost out of bounds. Here, like that stiff arm is almost like pushing him away rather than trying to bite him back in, which I probably prefer. Um, I guess like it's hard to really critique it. You know, you
I think at this, yeah, I think at this time I was trying to do like the bundle of sticks takedown where I step back around this leg.
sure.
The vibe, like at least he'll have to be based on that for me to kick back. But then I think I just keep driving him out of the square.
You try to drag him back in here, but obviously again, like the one arms kind of hold. So I suppose it'd be like, would we have been able to pull him back into the center with control, upgrade this grip around his leg, even got a lapel or a belt maybe as we were upgrading to get a bit more control. But I think I think like you're very unlucky on these. It was good work. He shoots double, you sprawl. No advantages for that or anything, right? Because he shoots it and you just stuff it. So
Yeah. Should have probably got chest heavier with that one too.
I think
Which in hindsight, I think I do that quite a bit in this where I'm not as actually like chest to back.
yeah, I think he rushed the turn to the side, which is good if we see the opening, but like it doesn't keep him down for that long, like a second, two, and then he's already kind of getting back up. So we keep our hands on the mat and then maybe look to spin to the back.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, I think you do a decent thing here, so it's like a minute and a half into the match. Next time you get decent grips, you decide, right, well, I've tried 3 times on the takedown. He's got it, so I'm going to try and enter into the X guard.
Yeah.
The other 2 videos I sent you are on this grip, this like sleeve and elbow grip. And one is another opportunity to use this to try and get the single leg. And another one is like guard pulling, but with foot on the hip and pulling the arm across. I know you, again, it's like good technique selection. You'd say like you wanted to do X guard. I know you don't get the sweeps and stuff in the match, but you do good at getting there. I'm always kind of the preference of outside guards rather than inside guards when pulling. But obviously, I'm not trying to dictate that to you. But just watch the video and see if you find it interesting. He pulls it outside, pulls the arm across, and then he upgrades it to Dex. So it'd be something for you to consider when you watch it. But it's just jumping, yeah, straight through because then you get in the X, but it looks, you tell me, like you don't get the left arm here, and so he kind of is able to step it out. I kind of like there, like this hand wasn't.
Yeah. I think it was like nearly of an ankle grip or. Yeah, I get. Yeah. And it's just a big oversell. I think this is the bit where I was like, fucking, I thought I got unlucky not coming up quicker because he kind of dives for that knee cut position, I think, or like whatever he does. And I just couldn't get the far hip or connection to get up. And I think it's also in that particular position, just because of the way my X guard was, I couldn't get up as quick. But I'll see more here when we play it again.
I think you're looking at the good advantage here from memory as well. It's like because his arms across. This is mentioned in the video as well. Of like the pulling is like he needs to pull back to be able to center up. So when even though he cuts the knee across here, the hands are like all on this side. So like the back he cuts up, but like his back's just open. But like that sweep attempt I think was great. And then you pull him down the front headlock here. You need to circle to the back to get the advantage, which he stops you from doing. This bit kind of
I had that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because he saw a big throw. I think I got rewatching it. Yeah, no. Rewatching it, it was like that big grip he had on my tricep. I go to try and turn around. If you go back a wee bit, even further, like as I take him round. So yeah, obviously this is where kind of pull. That's fine. Again, my legs are there. I think I go to sweeping back. He counters here. So here he starts taking like a grip on
The other side.
cross. Yeah. So as we go down here,
Yeah, I see.
you'll see it. Yeah, on that right hand. As I go to turn, you see it like kind of the stops thing. Obviously, he's doing a good job of trying to connect the single here.
Yeah.
But I think it's that slate. You can see even there how much it's rotating my head down. Like that's the big thing that was stopping me turning around.
Yeah.
And then obviously we sort of reset.
Here, I remember in the stands as he starts to do this, I was like, oh, fuck. But you dig around to your ground. And then, yeah, like Connor, I think, pointed out when we were talking about the times, like, you don't need to get baited into this pushing match where you're like on the balls of your feet with your weight over.
Yeah. So my thinking here was more around it, like, cause he wasn't engaging me at the start. I was like, if I start pushing him, if he drives into me, then I would set up the collar drag. Was sort of the idea.
Sure.
But again, as you see, he just kind of doesn't. That's why I'm
Bruising match for like a while, yeah. And then even then, it's like, think about like a pull forward to a push, right? Because it's like if he's so engaged in this, like a small tug forward. John Thomas was talking about this when we were at the seminar, kind of in the context of trying to sweep people, right? But it's like, say I'm pulling you and you're pulling back and we even out, so it's like 50, you just pick an arbitrary number, so it's like 50 force this way and 50 negative, right? A slight push of like one the other way. I know that those are not real. That was just the call up that he was saying. So like here, as you're pushing, trying to set that up with a push and a pull. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's again something I think like I've been vocal to you about in the gym, and it's again my own fault because I could definitely do it more at the con class. But like because obviously it's mat constraints when people are rolling, and also like collar dragon. Collar dragon is something I would like to do more, but I like to set up the scenarios for it. But the two factors obviously need the space and also need the person not to, you know, break their neck. Um, but yeah, but I think in general, something I would like to work on more is like, yeah, footwork and like open, because I think like, at the start when you're doing takedowns, it's like the technique, but like most takedowns are absolutely fucking shit until you set them up with like positioning, like as you say, hip to hip or like they're on one leg and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely something to work on is like, even just to set up like what is a circling strategy or what is a something, so you can just have at least one, and then you can, I guess, elaborate upon it from there.
If we do a few like of the smaller like higher belt sessions again before Euros and Irish Open as well, like because they're a bit smaller of a training group, like hopefully with a bit of space, then those will be like days that sort of intentionally set out like, right, in these rounds, I can try and work on the stuff that I need space on that I probably don't have the space when I have 20 odd people on the mats or 50 odd people on the mat. So something to just keep in mind for when we do those.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right, so
One thing I did in this month, so just from like doing more of the wrestling stuff, I think I do well, in fairness to me, about the head position a lot of time here. Where like again, I think you'll see here where I like wrong, yeah, and I try and center the head back up. Obviously, that was into the pool, but
so good.
yeah,
It gets like coming forward, right? Like as you like, I know you don't do it for college, right? But like you do get them coming forward onto your inside position, so you get in pretty well.
that grip was doing absolutely fuck all for me as well after the initial pull. Yeah, it's just what goes past his head.
And that left hand is what's struggling the most there as well. Like it's like it doesn't know what to be. It's wanting to grab his leg, but like it doesn't. And then
I think in this position, I'm looking for like to do that K guard and X, but I never just get the leg over. I see at the start when I'm blocking class.
that was great. That was so good. These bits here were like I think I said at the time, oh, fuck that was a wee bit like, but see like these grips that we like, there's kind of a scrapple, but then there's kind of resets where he's got really dominant grips, and maybe right now is not the best time to grip them because you're having to frame. Actually, grip break them. You do the retention, that's good, but then this is where you kind of notice, I thought, and you can let me know how you felt at the time, is like the fatigue maybe set in, which is uh, like here, like we're sitting here for a bit, just break that grip, you know? It's,
Yeah, I think it was
no matter.
probably no. There was, I'm sure there was fatigue too, but here I'm thinking again of like the collar guard, like it because he had both his hands committed to my legs, and probably because I was just thinking about it so much. As he comes up and I like center up, I'm hoping that he takes an angle and I continue to drag him that way.
Sure.
Um, but again, just I think that's maybe like you say, you're thinking about a step far too while you've got someone grabbing both your legs. So maybe at that time was it?
It's so dominant to have these pot grips. And then
For sure.
326, there's a break in the action where he stops, like here,
Yeah.
just break it, right, before he goes again. But yeah, for sure. I don't know why it stutters there in the middle for some reason. But like, to this point, like, I mean, there's no score in it, right? It's like he's starting to put a bit more effort in now, but you're completely shutting down all of the attempts, which is like we talked earlier, like you're comfortable with this now. The last couple of competitions, like no one's successfully passed. Yeah, they might have got the turtle or whatever, but like you can see you're comfortable. I think here's where I started to think you might be a bit fatigued because there's like I think you're unsure what you want to do with these grips, right? They can do something, but like not entirely sure what we're doing with them at all. That was pretty good here. You get back to like a almost headquarters style. He's off balance him here.
Yeah.
Back into the single leg X to the X.
Not sure what again, this is where I really should be taking the punt grip. But yeah, I saw it go to like, yeah, it's nearly like not an X, but a deep De La Riva there.
Yeah, I think he's stuffing it here as well in the end, which makes it difficult. But that was good. Like good recovery to get a bit of tempo back. Big deep grip there as well, which is nice. Like you set that for a couple of seconds, deeper and deeper and deeper before you go.
Yeah, that was sort of trying to set up that it wasn't high enough. But yeah, that saddle enter to
Nice.
reverse X. That was the intention. But then again, just sits so far back here. I think I was trying to pull his leg back up and come up on top, but it just didn't do it.
He does like here, like to be fair, he sets both
Yeah.
hits one. I don't know why it cuts there. I noticed that earlier. That bit of footage is just lost. But he gets an advantage there. I think right after there, he kind of tries to run around you and you recover again from memory pretty well, but is enough that I think he gets the first advantage here. Yeah, there you go.
And I hear Lawrence screaming here.
Beautiful goal, isn't it?
He was like, shit. But here I was like, I didn't. Weird reset though, isn't it? Like I was so confused what he wanted me to do.
Tells you to sit down and then tells him to step close, but don't take any grips, and then go.
I go to take my grip and he just.
That's that.
I was just confused at this point. And again, this was probably the power split of the match for me. But again, I think it was like I was just confused what was going on. I thought at this point here, I still thought we were setting up. Like you see, like if you go back a wee bit further, as we go down, like go from there. Here he's like coming in, and I go to take the grip. Yeah, and then he just kicks it off, and then like what? Yeah, so again, stupid by me, but
Game in the system. Yeah, he. I think he sensed after that last one, maybe like time to put up the pace a wee bit, gets you another advantage. And you hear from the turtle, I think, does he? I think I'm no.
I can't even see the. Oh, and there's this yoke.
Oh yeah, this was good for you, Shuffle.
I just couldn't get my leg around. I don't think like to trap the bottom leg.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say to you. Like, could we have got this leg closer, stepped it closer?
I think it was going to, because it was so far away.
Deeper.
Yeah, but I think, see, as you fall down, like that was sort of my idea. Like, because I couldn't step over with my, the stepping like here, I was going to try and shoot under, but then it moves and yeah.
Right. Okay, that makes sense because I was going to ask you about that. Like, I thought this again was a fatigue thing where I was like, we reset, and then you were just like, nah, can't be ours, right? So you were thinking you were going to pull him over and get the hips under.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
but then at this, I fucked it a wee bit.
Yeah, because I thought you just kind of relinquished that a wee bit too easily.
Yeah, so I couldn't stand up. Was going to shoot my legs through. I'd say go to shoot my legs through. Kind of turns, which kind of puts me and kind of like, oh fuck.
because
I was just immediately was like,
sure. But this is good. I think like you're unlucky not being able to get the crossface here, and just like turn this into coming up on top.
I yeah, yeah. I think at that point too, what I was should have done quicker was if we would go back as soon as I go reverse, because I thought about it just as immediately as he moved. I was actually hoping just to step over. So here, here, here. As I scoot my hips out at the end,
Step
like
over
he
this way.
steps straight over. But then yeah, he just immediately goes down here. I should have just committed to again just stepping over the hips.
Mm.
Like I think I should have just stepped over both those legs, and then I would have more than likely got a back position. I think, but
Or potentially what we thought. I don't know if it was possible here, but we talked before about
yes,
like when you're trying to stop the octopus. See, both there.
yeah,
Like they turn around and then you step all the way up. Yeah, maybe not enough time, but I think it turns out grand. Like this is the best attack of the whole match, where you're just kind of unlucky. Not to get the finish, but not to get the points for the hooks. Like both hooks in here for like 2 seconds before he peels. Like slight margin difference here could have,
yeah.
hold it.
I think I was too focused on the choke there a wee bit.
Sure. You said it was gurgling,
Yeah,
right? So it's hard now.
yeah, he was gurgling. Yeah, and that's I just kind of
Why
went
does it
saying,
it's hard now you then to get the hips back up, you reckon? You were
yeah, for sure. I should see before he goes. If you go back, you see he fights my because I've got like essentially starting with triangle. So this the right leg in this instance, he's fighting it to get out. The left leg is flipped around, obviously behind his arm, so he can't pull that out. But that one on the right side, and yeah, there the one he's fighting, you can see. I'm just trying to get that fully in. Like I've no back heel on it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
but then at this point, like I move forward. If you see, like I recorrect with my foot and move forward, and then I'm just too far off.
Slips out.
I can't. Yeah,
I think I noted here is like I know he's pulling your leg. We were trying to break the grips, but if we can try and, if possible, not have both our leg and arm extends far back, we're gonna try and bring that back to ourselves. And then like even if he ends up if we go back a little bit, he puts us back, and we just try to have feet on the biceps, and then get control of the grips, because this is like a bit dangerous. You're so open, right? I think he maybe does start to cut an angle here. Oh, you do a good job recovering. This foot a couple of times I think comes in and you're unsure what you're intended on doing. Like, are you going to save all the way in front, or is it going to come back out and play? I think the same earlier on, just like something to think about. I know it's just like I'll be good retaining, but just like intentional. Where's this going to go once I?
the idea would be idea would be obviously Troy bar when I'm doing this. I think most of the time that's what I'm thinking. But and then the bottom leg here, I just can't move, so I kind of be like right, and then get this back out.
But you can see, like, even if it's going with the char bar, it's like it comes over like no intention, right? It's like it's over, and then am I bringing it out,
Yeah.
or maybe I'm bringing, or just one or the other, I guess. Um, there's a good single leg attempt here, like an absolute brilliant recovery. That was unreal. But this is where
Yeah, my neck's nearly crippled here. He did well singles.
like even standing over the leg here, a big demoralized look at the camera.
Yeah, I was thinking about again. He moved away. I was thinking about chasing up there, but I like again. My thing at this point is like the only time I'm getting anything from him is when we're in these sort of guard positions, as opposed to, or sorry, like half guard positions. We're standing. I think at this point I'm just like, there's no point, because remember here Connor being like, get up, and I'm like, what is the point? That I was like at the was my thinking. Tycho and I've only got one advantage.
Yeah, I agree. So that did that. What you just said there kind of explains the next note I had as well. Is like to the general theme I had of like not giving too much for free and whatever, despite fatigue. Is like I didn't particularly think it was the like this going supine. Like he didn't even put you supine sort of thing. Like, but I guess that makes sense of what you're saying there now. Is like your intention was
Like any of these good sequences, like
half guard and let's try and go from there. Is that you're thinking?
pretty much, yeah. Because if you think any of my good scrambles or things have came from like we get the half guard position, I attack and he like runs away, and then where I get into a positive position, Whereas like I think with Standing, he's just because he was just too defensive. So I was like, at this point, you're near the end of the match. I was like, fuck it. What I'm like, I'm losing anyway. I might as well just. Yeah, I think so. And like most of like all the sequences where we do anything is mostly me from these positions. And even here, I think I get to I near cripple myself try to roll the crucifix. But same thing here. Like I should have done this. The sequence I'm doing now, I think is something I should have done quicker because he did a lot of this like head low stuff. Where even like when he was like double pants, or like you said, in this point I kind of snap him down. Obviously, I'm looking for butterfly here. I'm trying to get the belt, and then I can't get the belt, so I try for the overhook, but I just can't get the space. So this is I think the bit where I just kind of stuff his head and get up. Yeah, and this I should have been doing this more.
I think so. This was actually really interesting. I actually talked with someone once, Mandy, about what the scoring for this is because you get nothing, but it's like I think. Oh, that's still painful every time I see it there. Fucks. Yeah, I think that's unlucky not to score, right, for a couple of reasons. I want to go back and talk about technique selection. That's score what? Like it's all advantage. If you were like playing seated guard, right, and you heist up higher than them and come on top, and he goes supine, right, so like he just follows the playing guard, you get a 2 for the sweep, right? Now here you get up on top, and he's in turtle, right, but you don't get anything for that, and then you don't get anything for the turtle yet because you need to get these back. And I think that's the turtle bit fair enough. The rules are like you score a turtle advantage if you're kind of blocking the hips. He's holding you in the crucifix here. So fair enough. But it kind of seems a weird incentivization loophole in the rules there where it's like if I'm on top and you start to heist up, I shouldn't try and, set up a good position to defend the next sequence. Instead, if I just turtle, I'll not get scored on that. That seems a strange rule choice. I was chatting about it yesterday. It seems to be the case, but I think that's a bit unfair that you go from bottom to top here. That doesn't change the fact of the match, obviously, but just an interesting learning point that didn't get you anything. I think what I wanted to say last part of the year, we were saying about like revisiting New Shield half guard and underhook half guard and stuff again. There's a good opportunity, I think, at the start here initially before it's fully set up. Now, we're like to shoot the underhook, yeah, and then afterwards, there when that go, can you mechanize that? See his arm across the body. You can't obviously see what you're doing with your hands, but basically the same thing is like the arm check is like if you can have his wrist pinned over here and then the other arm come across the back and try and scoot out.
Even like that big John Wayne, like the collar or 2-on-1 John Wayne sweep thing.
Eric O'Leary, the video honor shouting that to you if you listen. You gotta think he's going John Wayne 2-on-1 John Wayne. But yeah, I should take control here. Again, marginally away from the score that would have changed the outcome of the match. And also marginally away from getting chaos cursed.
Yeah.
See it one more time.
Should have really stuck to the sprawl heavier here. Not great.
But yeah, overall, especially on rewatch, a very good effort at the match. It's just tight margins. That's why I was really kind of the not allowing free grips. On rewatch, it's only a couple of scenarios really, but here, just trying to break the cycles here, so there's not a few seconds in between where we still got dominant grips because obviously matches are super short. Everybody's tired, obviously, but you're trying to push through that, but because it's only, it's like that 5 seconds there where we might be able to break his offensive cycle and then try to set something for ourselves to get our own one started, which is like what we're going to have to do to get a score. Little margins like that, I think, would be good to be disciplined about, but
to be working up.
It's only a few seconds in the match, so it's sometimes hard to actually do that. Um, but I think yeah, all in all, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, like it's fine margins, but um,
If we're gonna win at this level, which is what we're trying to do, like those are the margins that we all need to
yeah,
get better at.
sure, yeah. So, but like again, like positives were like, I thought although obviously kind of went hell ball out at the start,
It was well
felt like
intentioned though. Like you said, you were going to
yeah,
start college, right? And you did it 3 times. So yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And then yeah, I mean, like I think I did obviously didn't get the points, but I think I did more like pushing it. I didn't sit in my laurels at any point, even when I was in the bad positions. I think yeah, just some of the guard pulls. I think obviously it's hard to say this because everyone just goes fucking boogaloo when it happens, but just being a bit more intentional with the grips at the start. Like I was taking like ankle grip a few times where I really should have been taking a pant grip, which maybe would have set other stuff up. Um, and yeah, I think the other one would be just like getting back to not a low knee shield, and going, as you say, to the high knee shield. And sure, if it gets smashed down, then you're into the low knee shield anyway.
Yeah, same stuff was talked about this morning, and like yeah, I agree. Like positive ways is like the intentional stuff where I already said was good. There's little technique selection or footwork stuff there that can be made better. Even with the guard pulls as well as like doing it off movement. So it's like, is there an opportunity here for a takedown or the guard pull? So it's less telegraphed. When you watch that video with the 2-on-1 grip, you'll like both of those options. I think you'll probably appreciate both of them. The guard retention stuff's good. Like, I didn't get your guard pass saying at a high level match, same at the Euros Masters in Barcelona last time, same at IBJJF Dublin. So like obviously all that stuff's you've got confidence in that. All we just need to do is a slight upgrade and like the intensity and the intentionality of then breaking grips and starting our own offensive cycles. But when the scrambles start, like you're fully committed to the backswing. Just unlucky. That's definitely a bit unlucky.
Again, good bit of learning to have from this anyway. I think much more so than some of the other ones where obviously got the win at the Masters last time, but I think this is a much more controlled match where as I say, a few tweaks it can change the outcome. But yeah,
I think I don't actually think we went over the Barcelona ones before, so if we get a bit of time over, I don't know. We could dig out the recording for those, go over them, and they're on YouTube. I think.
I guess that they're all on. Yeah, okay.
And then I don't know if we've got time as well. As I said, I might share this with some of the folks, so if they enjoy it, we could even do some online matches or whatever as well. Make a wee thing of it. See what people think. Right, bro. I'll let you go. Right, I'll end this recording here.
Yeah.